So that's the, did I answer that question? Okay. The on-time departure. So we've actually questioned the stat. We've actually written officially to understand where that number was coming from. So if you look at the article said we've flown about 1,092 sectors. That's not correct. And delay was about 50%. Again, that's not correct. So based on numbers, which I'm fairly confident about, we've flown over 3,000 sectors, not 1,092. And our industry standard OTP is about 75%. So we've already written officially to the authority to actually understand how they captured that number. But unfortunately, to say the same thing over and over again, if you're not careful, it kind of becomes the truth, which is what is kind of happening now. Because the article has been published by courts, it's been published by pretty much all the major outlets in the country. So those numbers are not accurate. And we've already written to the appropriate authority to try and get to the bottom of it. And then in terms of our projection, it was actually mentioned in the video. So over the next decade, we're hoping to graduate about 200 captains, about 140 flight dispatchers, about 500 cabin crew members, I believe about 100 engineers, and about 500 other professionals. So when we say other professionals, when people think of programs like this, it's natural to think about pilots, engineers, but there's a whole lot more disciplines within the aviation business. So you have network planning, revenue management, aviation, aircraft financing, legal, branding, communication, customer service, talent management. So when we say other professionals, that 500 kind of captures that 500 other professionals we're talking about. Now we said 10 years. This is not just going to be a 10-year run, but at Green Africa, we do believe that if you're trying to get something done, there needs to be a timeline and it needs to be measurable. So when we say 200 over 10 years, we already have a view as to where do we think we should be 12 months, in 18 months, in 24 months. So to everybody's point, actually, we do have a view as to, all things being equal in 12 months' time, how many pilots should we have produced, how many second officers, how many engineers should we have graduated, how many flight dispatchers, and you kind of measure that on an annual basis to be able to get to that 10 years. But then, once you're getting to year 3, year 4, you're already thinking the next 10 years, the next 10 years, the next 10 years. I think that makes sense. Did that answer your questions? Okay, great.